So hi guys, welcome to my Game Week 9 review video and Game Week 10 live stream preview. How are you all? Welcome to everybody in the chat already. Welcome. How are we all? What a letdown of a game week, eh? After such a long international break. That was a bit boring, that game week, wasn't it? Game week 9 was just, as we would say on the Poppin' Pod, a bit of a daft puff, really. I don't know how you guys got on. Let me know in the chat. Who is your highest scorer this week? Who is your least scoring player this week? Hoping you can all see my team and hear me properly. Know I asked that at the beginning of most streams, but, you know, still fairly new to all this. So, always get a little bit worried that something isn't working as well as it should be. Okay, so I'll just quickly talk you through my team, as I always do at the beginning of every stream. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. Trippier with 6 points and Robson with 8 points, holding up my defence, really, as you can see, because they were surrounded by 1-pointers in Alonso, Doherty and Patricio. Doubling up on Wolves' defence this week was not the best way to go. They had pretty much kind of lured us in the last few game weeks, and then, yeah, we all went for it. Thought, Watford, easy game. Yeah, it didn't quite work out like that, did it? Hazard, just the 1 point this game week. We can't be too mad, given our previous returns from him, though, can we really? I was hoping for a bit more, but we'll see. I think he's picked up a bit of a niggle. I think I heard somewhere, it's not yellow on the site yet, but I think I did hear he's picked up a bit of a niggle, which is interesting, because I don't know what you guys think. That kind of will make people who don't have Salah possibly have an easy route back to Salah if they want to via Hazard, depending on how bad the injury is. So how do we all feel about that one? I couldn't hold on to Lucas any longer. Had a little chat to Sam from FPL family, and she was getting rid as well. So it felt like the right time. We've held on a long time and we just couldn't hold on any longer for him, really. I probably should have gone to Maddison. Obviously, Leicester haven't played yet, so I don't really know if the transfer I made is the right one. But having watched Richarlison yesterday, I am feeling a little like I've made the wrong transfer there, and that it might have been better to go to Maddison, especially as I had the funds to do that. Maddison does have a much better run of fixtures than Richarlison. I don't know, Richarlison just looked a little bit off for me yesterday, and I think he did for a lot of people, because a lot of people are starting to panic about owning him, so clearly can't be the only one really in that situation. And as the title of the show says, is Salah back? It's been a few weeks since we've seen any return from him, but we got a goal finally, for those of us who patiently waited on. Now we have to see, now the question is, a goal a game enough with 12.8? 12.8, I don't know if I'll be holding for a goal a game. So I'm waiting to see, it's Cardiff, I think it's got next. Yeah, probably Cardiff, I think. Waiting to see how that one goes before making a decision there, really. What was hard, I think, is not having Mane to flip to as an alternative to Salah, because obviously he's a lot cheaper and Liverpool have really good games. So I think there's going to be a lot of eyes peeled on other games happening during the week to see whether Mane's back and whether he's okay, whether his little thumb is a thumbs up or a thumbs down. See what I did there? Oh, terrible. Here all week. Mitrovic got an assist. Jimenez did not. It's pretty much the extent of my non-premium forwards. And Aguero, with my capsy, grabbed me a goal. Sure, Salah was the better option here by a couple of points for captaincy, but at least my captain got a return, so can't complain too much. And that's it. As you can see, guys, that is it. Like, I am all out no players in tonight's game, which means I can cheer on Arsenal with all my might, which is both a relief and a terrifying prospect all in one go, because we all know how well Lacazette has done recently. Obviously now Ramsey's baby's been born, so baby watch is over. Two little babies have been born, the twinnies are out, so there's no reason now why Emery has to leave Ramsey out of the team unless it's tactical. So if that's the case, then we might see a Ramsey masterclass tonight as well. So a little bit nervous about tonight's game for those reasons. FPL assets though, got none of them, and I do like to have assets in a game, in an evening game on a Monday night, but you know, I'll probably be stressing so much over Arsenal, it won't matter anyway. So all in all, I'll scroll up so you guys can just see in the top corner there. I think you can just about see that my live points 45, 2 bonus points and 47 points in total. So hopefully that'll keep me above the average. It's 36 at the moment. Still outside of the 100k club, so I'll have to wait to break in, given I'll probably drop a little bit again tonight. But yeah, that's me. That was my game week, and I'll just show you who I had on the bench so you can see, other than really switching Alonso or Doherty for Hughes or Billing. Pretty much had the right people on the field, but then I was always going to play Alonso. So on that note, I'll pop over to the chat. Chatter. How are we all? Okay. Hi Marcus. Anyone else kept their captaincy for Lacazette tonight? Oh, Marcus, it could be epic. That could be. Hyism 34 with Lamella will add me more 11 points. So it's 45 so far. Really good. Welcome Mo. No Salah. Oh, Salah was his captain. Is Am's captain. Yen says, hello, 22 is Schmeichel, Madsen plus Vardy to go. Well, you've still got quite a few to go yet, so that's no worries. Don't panic there. There's still plenty of time. Fahad Salah is my captain too. Shane says, hi name, looking good. Lovely as always. Oh, thank you, Shane. TDT 52 all out, very happy. Yeah, I'll be pretty happy with that. That's a great score this week. Mo had 57, so that's all we will have when Obi-Wan comes off the bench. Hi Farhad. Shane, Robo, Salah and Aguero captain, but only got 44 all up. Just want to forget game week 9. Game week 9 was just, ugh. I can't, it's just how long we waited as well. I think if it had just been like straight on from another week, we'd all be like, oh, whatever. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah. Andrew, welcome. First time here. Welcome, Andrew. Please pop it a subscribe if you're enjoying the stream. James, thanks for the wildcard advice. Cheers, James. No worries. Yen, I didn't really care about Alonso Hazard points. Thought just everyone having those two guys. Yeah. Pretty much the same for myself. Mo says Hazard staying in his team. He has other worries. That's the thing, isn't it? You got to put the fires out where you need to put them out. I'm Buddha. Does anyone fancy bringing in Martial the next couple of game weeks? Now, it's interesting you should say that, because he may just have made it into a certain segment of my stream this week, which I'll be doing in a second. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. Shane says Richarlison needs to be out wider. Definitely. Like, although he was moved out wide towards the end of the game and didn't do very much there either. So that, yeah, does worry me a bit. Stephen says, I think it's LEC fixtures that would also make Madsen a good move. Yeah, Leicester. It's... Oh, I think Stephen might be Llama. Is that you? Are you Llama? Are you my Llama? He knows if he knows, if you know what I mean. Thoughts on Firmino? Yeah, lots of people got Firmino in for game week 9 being their Liverpool cover. And to be fair, there's a fair few of us that looked at it and quite a few who did it. My thoughts and what I said when people asked me about it leading up to game week 9 was that I hadn't really seen much from him to warrant getting him into my team. So yeah, sure, he's Liverpool cover, but Mane and Salah are the ones who've been doing, and Robson have been doing all the work and all the returns. Sometimes Milner if he's obviously been fit and playing. So we haven't seen much from Firmino. And when I'm spending that much money up front, considering the other players in cheaper brackets this season, I'm not 100% that I want to be spending that much money on somebody that I'm not sure about. If you've bought him now and he's in your team and that's what you did for this game week, stick with him a bit longer and just wait it out a little bit longer because those fixtures are good. If you're thinking about getting him as your Liverpool cover, then Mark, I would be waiting until I see some returns from him before doing that. That's just me personally. Marcus, yes, Shane, it seems Silva trying to accommodate Bernard on the left. Didn't look right yesterday. It's true. Oh, sorry, chat keeps dropping. 117 WB wildcard game week 10. Are you asking if you should wildcard? I've already wildcarded, so I can't do that. Andrew is 49 all out. Well done, beating me this week. 22 to Nash. Hey Nim is FPL TT from Twitter. Hey TT, welcome. Omar says, should I sell Mane and Trent? Omar, we don't know the situation yet with Mane. If you can hold on a bit longer, keep an eye on Ben Dinery's timeline, and let's wait and see what's going on with Mane, because, as I just said, he is a cheaper alternative to Salah at the moment. So if he is okay, and he did train for game week 9, he just trained by himself. So clearly he's able to play football with his thumb injury. It's just him feeling confident now as a player to say, yay or nay, I want to go ahead with it. So I'd wait a bit longer and wait and see. As for Trent, rotation risk, maybe not at the moment. You could consider switching him. If you have somebody else in mind for that spot, maybe you could get to Mendy. If you could get to Mendy from TTA. Or if you're looking for Liverpool defenders because they've been good, then obviously Alisson or Robson probably, the more nailed on. But then again, if he's resting Trent, he could start resting Robson at any point as well. So, on that note, I will just quickly pop to my ones to watch and ones to avoid. First step on my ones to watch and ones to avoid is Kevin De Bruyne. Hope you can all see that. He's been out 7 weeks this season with an nasty injury, but he looks to be getting back to fitness now. He came on for 32 minutes, I believe, in the match against Burnley, and despite not getting any returns, he made some superb forward passes. He really found some of those gaps, the sort of thing we know from Kevin De Bruyne. At 9.7 in a top team, Kev is definitely a one to watch for me, and he should be for you guys as well. Just be cautious. He did play deeper back, like we've seen Eriksen play deeper back this season at the beginning before he got injured. So that is a possibility again. only because Pep has so much attacking assets in front that so he can play Kevin in those roles. However, what Kev does brilliantly is he, like I said, he finds the gaps and he can easily get assists because he just sees ahead of everyone else. So he's a definite one to watch. So keep an eye out for Kev. Next up, we're going from one side of Manchester to the other. And you can probably guess, because you mentioned him earlier, is Martial. Now, there's various reasons why he's one to watch, really. Man United have been struggling a bit. Jose has been swapping and changing the teams up a little bit. However, I really think we have to keep an eye on Martial, and he's just been excellent. If he is guaranteed to play, then he's just a definite one to watch, because 1 assist and 3 goals in 173 minutes is not bad at all for 7.2 million. I mean, you can't really argue with that. So if he can get the game time, then, you know, he would be an easy swap for me from somebody like Jimenez, you know. So definitely keep an eye on Martial. And last up, we're going to the seaside next. Who's coming with me to the seaside? Have you all got your sun hats and your sun cream in this lovely weather? We're off to Brighton. And this one is a bit of an odd one, maybe you might think, really? But Brighton now have excellent fixtures for the next 6 game weeks, and Ryan is off the back of 2 clean sheets. Confidence breeds confidence when it comes to football players. So if they can keep that run going with their run of fixtures, he's only 4.5 for a goalkeeper. I mean, he couldn't not be on the ones to watch this game week. He literally just couldn't. And so, yeah, a goalkeeper on the ones to watch. That doesn't happen very often, does it? Let's now take a look at our ones to avoid. And I've gone with poor old Yarmolenko. Considering West Ham's fixtures, Yarmolenko's price tag of 6.8, he would be on the ones to watch this week if it wasn't for that Achilles injury. So with that Achilles injury, we've got an unreturned date, but from what I hear, it could be a long time on the sidelines. So it's a bit of a shame, because I actually had him pegged possibly for that Lucas Richarlison spot, should he kind of start looking like a real option with those run of fixtures. So definitely, yeah, definitely disappointed for him and myself, really, because he would have been a good FPL asset. Okay, next up is Danny Ings. I would put Danny Ings on the avoid list because, well, he's not returned in a couple of matches, 3 matches I think. And he's 5.6, which is fine. I think the returns he's got for his money is good. So I don't want to kind of say he's an avoid because, well, really, there's no major reason to avoid him, apart from the fact that they're just other, he's using up a forward spot, and there are other people that aren't that much more expensive that are doing better than him. So if you own him, hang fire, keep hold of him, obviously, but I wouldn't necessarily be getting him in until you can start to see some more returns from him for his price, really, and then you can go you know, go fill your boots. At that price, if he starts scoring and assisting again, you can't complain, really, can you? But for the minute, something's not quite right there, so I'd wait until he starts firing again. And then the last step on the ones to avoid list, it's a defender. And it is James Tarkowski. Now, there used to be a time where we all had Burnley defenders in our teams, and to be fair, after game week 3, I was actually considering Tarko again. I'm going to hold my hands up and say that. However, the wheels have fallen off a little bit for Burnley this season, and the Burnley defenders are a slightly more on the expensive side. So at 4.5 last season, 4.6, it wasn't quite so bad having them there in your team, providing whatever assists they got and things like that. But when they're 4.9, 5 mil, you expect a lot more. And that expense, I don't think, helps this time this season. So let's wait and see on Burnley defence. And that's it. It's my ones to watch and ones to avoid. I'll pop back to the chat and see how you're all doing. Ignore me while I scroll up a second. Catch up with you all. Too far up. Oh, it held. That's quite good. Okay, cool. "117 says, can I have both Richarlison and Sigurdsson? Do you want both Richarlison and Sigurdsson? Because it's your team. If you want them, you have them." There's absolutely nothing wrong with the Everton midfielders at the moment. Whilst they're providing, it doesn't matter if they're from the same team, but just be careful of putting all your eggs in one basket. At the end of the day, though, I said this to somebody earlier, if your gut is telling you to have both, go with your gut. Because then nobody can ever tell you that you didn't do what you wanted to do with your team. It's a boring and straightforward answer, but it's kind of the truth. And I say it because I have myself listened to other people too often. So I'll just get you up my team there, my possible team for next week before I go on to discuss it. Frank says, wouldn't panic over Richarlison, has shown good form so far. Arsenal players fairly low owned, shouldn't have ranked too much. Hello, Jim. Mo says Trent is now a risk. The Tesso. Oh. It dropped. It dropped. What's good, Nymphria? Awanet says, any idea to move Jimenez out? Are you asking me if I'm moving Jimenez out, or are you asking me whether I think you should be moving Jimenez out? I'm not sure on that question. I am still waiting for Maddison, Vardy and Lacazette. Let's hope for good. Fingers crossed, but hopefully more Lacazette than Vardy and Maddison. Banana! 47 all out. Treading water about 80k. Thoughts on Mendy versus Laporte. Also, what to do with TAA. Lots of questions on TAA. Oh, just to say, we are going live with the FPL Wildcats, all being well, on Thursday evening. So any questions I don't get around to answering tonight, I'll be with those guys Thursday evening. And we do have a guest. It's quite a big guest from the FPL community. FPL General will be joining us. So we're quite excited about that one. So I will stick a tweet up on Twitter and you guys can grab some questions into that. So anything I missed out today, pop it onto that thread, the at FPL Wildcats thread. And if we can get around to it on that chat, then we will do that live stream. Andrew's overall rank is 28k, but expecting to drop to 45k after tonight. Possibly, it depends. I mean, you still have... that would be quite a drop. So among Lovren, Arnold and Gomez, whom can I consider a more like a sure starter going forward? Well, Trent gets further forward than Gomez or Lovren does, but obviously he's not nailed, so yeah. The test, so 39 points for Madsen to play. Come on, lad. 16 KOR, nice, well done. It's great to see the Nim fam doing so well. I can't say banana without going banana. Thinking TAA to Lovren and Mendy. Okay, and Mendy to Laporte. I wouldn't be selling Mendy. Is that what you're asking? Don't sell Mendy. No. And I'm not really sure I would... Well, I mean, if you want a Liverpool defender, probably Virgil van Dijk I would go with. That is, you're probably limited in cash, aren't you? Let's have a little look. So if I'm going to have one that doesn't go forward, I guess you could go with the cheaper alternatives. And I guess Lovren is 4.9, but I mean, he's Lovren, isn't he? Yeah, he's only just come back, played the last two clean sheets. I think that's right. So, possibly. I mean, just to cover Liverpool, you could do, but I wouldn't be expecting many attacking returns. Martial or Mata as a pump versus Everton. Yeah, as I say, Martial made it in the ones to watch. He's, you know, a definite contender. Banana. Doubling up on Liverpool defence. I was just going Mendy to Robson and having both TTA and Robson for one game week and sorting it out afterwards. I really wouldn't be selling Mendy, because even if he doesn't get a clean sheet, he's still got attacking threat. So just don't sell Mendy, please. You'll regret it, because you'll have to try and get him back. And I spent like 5 game weeks trying to get Mendy in my team. Finally got him into my team, and then he got injured. So I had to sell him. And now Trippier's sat where Mendy was. So I'm going to talk about like my possible lineups, my possible transfers now in a second. But for the moment, I wouldn't be selling. I'm thinking of trying to get Mendy into my team. And so will a lot of people. So you're in a really good position owning him, as far as I'm concerned. Don't know if he's ones to watch, but Pereira for short-term punt. Yeah, he's been a bit trolley as Pereira, hasn't he? I think I had him a couple of weeks ago. He just kind of tends to just do something for a week or two and then not do anything. Mohamed, thoughts on Alonso plus TAA to Rudiger plus Robbo? Yes. I like that move on paper. Just bear in mind that obviously Alonso is somebody who can fire like that. He can just score goals from nowhere, really. And he still looked dangerous during that Man United match. So if it's a switch you could do and then you could reverse, then go with it. So say you switch and you steadfast for a couple of weeks, but then Alonso starts picking back up again and you can re-switch back again, so you've got like a bit of money in the bank to do that, then, you know, that definitely looks like a good switch on paper. Pereira I've looked at, but think Burnley and Goodmanson may be better. Goodmanson does look good, to be fair. Mo just agreeing, Rudiger and Robson. Guess who's back? Kev is back. Hi Jeff, welcome to the stream. Laugh out loud, Kev. Kev. He's KDB. Okay. TDT, Martial scored 3 goals from 3 shots. On my ones to watch. Yeah, he does have to sustain that, obviously. Yusuf, is Hazard injury an issue? Will it affect his performance? We don't know how bad it is yet, Yusuf. We're all waiting on news. Like I said, it's not even yellow on the official site yet. It's just come out that it's a bit of a niggle. So, I mean, the hope is he should be back. I mean, I would like to think he's back soon. So, you know, let's hope so. Because I don't know who I sell him for, apart from maybe KDB. Sterling? Maybe Sterling. Oh, I felt for the Sterling owners. Those people who bought Sterling in for this game week and then he didn't play. It's just, oh, I'm just feeling your pain. Just feel your pain. It's just not nice. Oh. Right. Where are we at? In the last 4, Brighton most shots conceded. Wow. It's interesting. Stephen, I've missed the Hazard thing. Any insider knowledge? Oh, hair's gone fluffy, sorry. Let's have a look. Hazard. I'm not seeing anything. Hazard injury, here we go. Eden Hazard injury scare for Chelsea after Belgium star picks up back problem. Yeah, I do remember now. He got that kind of knock in that kind of thigh area. Injury expert, which is Ben's website, says update Eden Hazard back injury, CFC expected return 75%, 28th to the 10th, 2018, which is this weekend. So I don't think it's too bad. King says worst game week. We'll get bad ones. Mo's back properly now, finished eating. Oh, don't talk to me about food. Robert, Hazard has a lower back issue, nothing serious. Hi Lyle, welcome. Just to say, anybody who's watching the stream and you're enjoying it, please like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe and the notification bell and it'll tell you when I'm going live next and any videos I put out and things like that. I usually condense my ones to watch and ones to avoid into a smaller, quicker snippet for people. Just if you're in a hurry in the go and you want to revisit that, it seems to be a good thing. People like it, so. Okay, sorry, I've slipped. The string. It slid. Okay. Walker was at Walker. He was holding his lower back in the warm up. Hazard misses the European Cup match, so we think he's just done it to get out of the European Cup match. I couldn't possibly comment on something like that. Just couldn't. Will it affect his endurance? Players, this was something we learned a couple of weeks back on the Wildcats, the stream, that players, sorry, Bibchi, the dog's barking, something's just come through the letterbox. Yeah, they play with injuries all the time, like they just do, so, you know, Hazard's a seasoned pro now. If it's nothing too serious, it won't bother him. Stu says, cheers, folks. Must have watched the game with my eyes shut. Okay, I transferred Salah to Hazard with a hit. Salah scored and Hazard blanked, adding more twist to it. He gets a minor injury. Oh, Yusuf, don't panic yet. Don't panic yet. Hazard has a good fixture. Try not to panic yet. Greg says, has Mendy become essential once again? Yes, I think he has. If he's nailed, and it's been proved now. Everyone was saying Sané and Mane can't play together. Mane? Mendy? That was a good rap, wasn't it? Sané and Mane and all these good players. Yeah. Sané and Mendy, everyone was saying can't play together. But it's been proven on the weekend they can. So, should we get rid of TAA, and who should we bring in, Lovren or Gomez? Yeah, lots of questions on this one. Lovren was a good price, and he's played the last 2 games. So does Gomez. I mean, I'd always be going for Robertson if you can afford him, but I realise that's a stretch for a lot of people. And Mo says, hashtag Nimfan, we achieved 1.5 subscribers after the last stream ended. Put a heart and the emoji in the chat to spread the love. Oh, thanks, guys. Stephen, Mendy can't be a bad shout, in my opinion. Looking at the amount of people shipping him in, I think sometimes you have to keep an eye on those moves. Definitely. Lots of hearts in the chat. Thanks, Shane. Thanks, Stephen and Lyle. Jim says, what time on Thursday? Oh, for the Wildcats, we usually try to aim to start about 8:30. So sometimes it's a bit later than that because, as you can imagine, there are a lot of us in the stream, so getting us all synced up and live and working together at the same time is a bit of hard work. I will admit that, you know, the techie side goes to J&O, so, but he does a brilliant job of making sure we're all synced up, ready to go. So sometimes it's a little bit after, but we always, if you go to Twitter, we'll always like say on any of our accounts, any of the YouTubers that are involved, you know, we're live, and we'll have a link to the stream like with mine. So Sumak's really pushing for me to choose between Lovren and Gomez. Let me go back and have a little look. Okay. Lovren's cheaper. He's played the last 2 matches and has had 1 shot, but it wasn't on target. Played 90 minutes of those, got 9 points, so I assume he got bonus points. Gomez, a bit more expensive. He's played most 90 minutes of most matches. So did Lovren have an injury? Because I think Lovren might have had an injury. He doesn't get as many bonus points. I mean, based on that, I would say Lovren, because he got bonus points and he's cheaper. But again, I would always say if you can get to Robertson, then try and get to Robertson, because you're going to get attacking threat there as well. Will the other lad be back for the Wildcat stream? Can't remember his name. Haha, the curly hair. That's Kurt. And no, unfortunately, I don't think he can make it this stream. He was on holiday the last time, and something's come up this time as well. So I don't think he will be. I don't think he will be. But you know, hopefully he'll be back soon. Would you swap Trippier to Mendy? This is a move I'm considering. In fact, let me tell you what I was pondering on. So this is how I've got it lined up at the moment for game week 10. I've got 2 full transfers here. So 1 change again would be a free change like it was last game week. Do I stick with Jimenez is what I want to ask you guys. I'm not sure whether I stick with Jimenez or whether I don't know. I mean, Wilson could be a good 1-week punt. Then again, maybe I could wait another week and see if Martial gets another game and how well he does, because then maybe Jimenez could go in that spot, because I do have 1.3 mil in the bank. So I'm very easily, I should imagine, going to be able to get to... Oh no, okay. I would have to make 2 transfers because he's 7 something. So maybe scratch that. So yeah, that he could be, Jimenez could be Wilson. I can't quite get to Martial in one move. And yeah, so my kind of other thought is, do I go with Mendy for Trippier as my free transfer? Because even though he's got Tottenham, he is great, like, attacking threat, isn't he? You know, he's really good with those crosses and he runs forward, and we seen that, you know, we've seen that before he got injured. So, and should I even be dropping Trippier? I mean, like we've just covered a couple of times, I mean, Alonso hasn't exactly been, you know, he's had shots, but they're only a couple of, no, it's been a while since any of them have been on target. It's been a while since he's had attacking returns as Alonso. I don't really want to get rid of Robertson for Mendy just because of Liverpool's fixtures at the moment. They're just too good. And then I guess my last free transfer could be Hughes, because he will need to go soon if he doesn't return. But Watford do have some really good Green Arrow fixtures. Huddersfield, Newcastle, Southampton. So, I mean, for 5 mil, it's not, you know, he's not it's not a terrible player to have just hanging about in my team, really. Jim says he's going to get Mendy after Tottenham, so I might do the same, actually. I might give everyone else one more game week at the back and then, you know, and then revisit. Mark says, starting to think Nim's right. Maybe Brighton defence is the way to go, other than the keeper. Who would you suggest? Duffy. Duffy. Definitely Duffy. Sumat says, I'm a Nim fan, love your streams. Thanks, Sumat. Moses Mendy is looking great again. Let's hope he doesn't disappear again. Yeah, there was something really dodgy about all of that, wasn't there? Moses Duffy. Come on, King. Come on, King, says Claire. Okay. Slip there for a second. Quickly check how we're doing for time here. Okay, not too bad. Claire says, Richarlison, what to do with him? I only just bought him this week. Are you getting rid already? Oh, that's a bit worrying. Keep him. Yeah, Tessa says, keep Rich. He will come good. Sorry. Yeah, Claire says he thinks he'll be rested midweek. I'd agree with that. I reckon midweek he'll get rested and then hopefully he'll be back on the weekend for us. Yeah, that's another point for Mo. Richarlison's playing OOP, so there's not much in that price bracket playing OOP. Stephen says he's sure Hazard's all good. Natty's the opposite to what we had earlier. Best game week ever. Jay says, who let the dogs out? Nestern says, love from Azerbaijan. Oh, wow. Global. Loving it. Hi, welcome. I feel like doing all Eurovision. Good evening, Azerbaijan. Welcome from the UK. Hi, Holly. Welcome. Greg says, any thoughts on Mitro versus Arnie? Arnie's fixtures look good. Are you worried at all about the dip in Mitro's form and thinking about making that move? Yes, I can. I thought I could. Yeah, I think I can get to Arnautovic from Mitrovic, but not from Jimenez. And yes, I am seriously, that is a consideration for my move this week, because as you say, Arnautovic's fixtures are really good. And Mitrovic has been a bit, you know, come and go, and Fulham's fixtures are a bit... Bournemouth, Huddersfield next. Liverpool, Southampton, Chelsea. I would have loved Arnautovic to have got one of those goals this week so that I could have confidently gone, yeah, he's the one to get. Tessa says, don't understand the problem between Gomez and Lovre. Gomez wins all day. He plays right back or centre back. Well, there you go. Tesso says Gomez is your option. Steve says, Greg, you asked a question on Twitter. Mitro So got a few games and not bad. Arnie definitely has the best fixtures, but might face a ban. Ooh, missed that. What for, Steve? Let us know. As someone who's looking to bring in Arnie, Ayodi may get banned also. I'm not sure what to do now that Yarmolenko is injured. Yeah, I mean, if Arnautovic is out and Yarmolenko is injured, maybe that sees us away from West Ham assets anyway, doesn't it? I mean, yeah. Claire says Gomez will start on the right, so attacking points to be had. True. I think he can play centre, as they were saying earlier as well, though. Sheriff, 46 points. Well done with Madsen left to play. Yen says, swap Mitro to Arnie at Game Week 12. They play against Huddersfield for Game Week 11 and Game Week 12. That's a good idea. So I could hold off for a couple of weeks with Mitro and then do the switch. It's a good idea. Tesso, you need Wilson. Oh, I had Wilson. Wilson. He was in my team and I got persuaded to switch him out for Jimenez. And I know I shouldn't get persuaded by people. I say it all the time on this stream, don't get persuaded by people. And then I got persuaded by somebody. It was Friday and it was deadline day and I was, you know, got a little bit panicky. So, yeah. Shane says, I've Arnie. What's his sup chatter? Not calling that a headbutt, surely. Oh, okay. Is this for what he did in the game? Holly says, if you can get Arnie, get Jimenez replacement. Great Jimenez replacement, sorry. Yeah, I can't quite get to him, I don't think, Holly. Not in one transfer. No, one off. Can Loads of people just go out and buy Jimenez for just like a night or two, stick his price up for me, and then I'll be able to get an Do you mind doing that for me? Nimfam swaying the price. The price rises. Yeah, he's 7 mil. Oh, so annoying. That's so incredibly annoying. I do have 2 transfers though, so if you could see where I could maybe shave another point from somewhere, then, you know, it's a possibility, but it's probably not happening as a straight swap. Wolf and Bournemouth coming fixtures, not that good. Trippier to Laporte or Mendy. City haven't conceded in 5 games. That's a good point. I meant to mention that earlier, Holly. City have been very, very good in defence. Trippier's been getting clean sheets. Why do we think Trippier more so than Robson or Alonso, though? I mean, both of them are getting clean sheets and no returns either at the moment, so yeah, just wondering on that one. Claire says Vardy is a must, and I've dropped to the bottom of the chat again. Oh wow. Okay, Vardy's a must have more moving forward, if not Arnautovic. Yeah, Vardy could do well. Steve says, gonna have a look at both Chilwell and Vardy tonight alongside Vardy. Yeah, let's get a good look at them tonight, actually. I feel a doublet with Maddison could be daft to ignore. Yeah, possibility. Trippier out, Monday in. Natty says that's sideways. Steven says he meant alongside Lacazette. Oh, I'd love Lacazette in this team. Shane, I'll do it after this stream. Nim has my attention. Tessa, when Hazard started games for Chelsea, I said Alonso will regress. He utilises the space Alonso operates in. Now look, very good point. Very good point. Don't think Alonso knows the 16-yard box is meant to be in. Yeah, he's so attacking, isn't he, Alonso? I mean, even this weekend he looked that as well. Tessa says, Sterling owners, what you doing? Get in the chat, let him know. Shane says he's considering Alonso to Mendy. Am I being silly? No, you're not, because I'm considering the same thing. Okay. Apparently Jim's doing that move next game week. So we could all just hold on one more game week and then decide whether that's the move to make. Claire says tempted to go Vardy. Not a Sterling owner, but would keep if you got him already. Yeah, don't sell just yet. Okay, I'm having to skip a few here because I'm getting, got quite a few here and I really should be wrapping up the stream soon. So best 6 mil and 10 mil mids. Well, we don't have many in the 10 mil range. 6 mils. Midfielders. Quick look. 10 mil. Mane, obviously, if he's okay. Sigurdsson. I mean, there's none around the exact 10. You know, you have to put more in or take less back, really. That's kind of how it is. Pogba, maybe, if United are on the up, but he didn't look so great in the last match. Sané, if he keeps getting his game time. But I think there's a reason why people are so highly owned. I mean, you're looking at kind of going higher to Hazards and Sterlings and Manes and Salahs, and then lower to Richarlisons and Maddisons, really. And obviously keep an eye on KDB. And as Yen says, Fraser as well. Steven says, seemingly Arnautovic might face his ban for the headbutt. I shouldn't imagine he will. Looks like you could go Alonso to Mendy and Jimenez and Arnautovic. I could do that. Then with both Mitra and Arnie, you can wait for the inevitable week when they both get red cards. That's so true. Ugh. Yeah, I can do that because I know that Mendy is definitely lower than Alonso. So yeah, I could do that. Could get Mendy in for Alonso. Arnautovic in for Jimenez, and then give it 2 weeks, and if it hasn't worked out very well, switch them back. Mo says Jimenez might actually drop soon. No! Buy him! Steven says, hey up folks, great chat and stream as almost. The llama is out. Bye llama! Catch you all on Twitter. Mitrovic isn't worth the funds right now. Change up your striker. Thanks, Paul. Tesso's off. Bye, guys. Is it mad to switch Mane to KDB? Yes, Sinan, maybe a bit too soon for that. Wait, Nimp, where is Maddison? I don't have him. I don't have Maddison. I would love Maddison, but I don't have him. I went for Richarlison instead. Mane and Salah are the Liverpool assets you want. Maybe see how KDB does. Yeah. We'll have to wait. Sanan on the Mane injury, we're not sure yet. He is training again, I do know that. So it's just when he's confident enough to get on the field and not worry about hurting his thumb any longer. Wait on transferring out Alonso. City's next 3 are a lot more difficult than Chelsea's. I've missed most of the stream, but listen on replay. Thanks, Paul. KDB is the only player who won't be rouletted when he's fit. KDB is 10 mil. Is the 10 mil you're looking for? Yeah. I mean, I can't argue yet, but of course we haven't seen him back yet for very long either. So he could end up playing deep again. So just let's be cautious on KDB a little bit. So, oh, and Paul, he was on my ones to watch, KDB, so we didn't forget about him. Honestly, it's all good. We didn't forget about him. But as Claire says, we're just waiting to get him in. We want to see the minutes first. So now the first year playing FPL, and absolutely regret that my my previous life. I was so glad you're enjoying the madness. Ryan says Richarlison to Martial. It's a possibility. Oh yeah, of course Martial is a forward, isn't he? So yeah, that's a possibility. Ooh. Shame I can't get from Hughes to him. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? If I went Alonso Mendy, I could do Hughes, Martial. Can I do that? It's my last check of something before. That's not the one. So we're going to... Although, like, do I want to take a pun on... That's the dog, sorry. Do I want to take a pun on 6.8? Ah, I can't do it. Oh, yeah, I can. No, I can't. Nah. Martial 7-2. It was good while it lasted. Right, you guys, I am going to wrap up the stream there because I've been chatting quite a while. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and just to apologise, I did have a sponsor for my league, matchfit.com, and they have let me down a little bit. I don't want to go into too much detail, but effectively I haven't been able to get hold of them, so I can't now offer the prize of the t-shirt that I was going to offer for my league, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm actually really quite gutted about that because they hadn't let me down before. I've had stuff from them in the past, so you know, I'm really hoping that it's just been a bit of a blip and they'll be fine and they'll get back to me eventually and things will be good. But as it stands, it does look as if there won't be a prize unless I can find a new sponsor. So just wanted to kind of cover that and apologise for that because it's not fair on you guys, and I am truly sorry from the bottom of my heart that that has happened. But just to big up my other sponsors, MatchFit, they my other sponsors, MatchFit, that makes sense, Nim. I don't want to just let you down, you muppet. So Fancy Football Fix, just to big them up because, you know, they allow me to use their website in my streams. So thank you for that. And thanks to everybody who's watching, and thanks for enjoying it. And I look forward to see you next week, I hope. And actually, hopefully see you on Thursday with the Wildcats. So Thursday around 8:30 on the FPL Wildcats channel, so go over and check out and subscribe for any notification there. And so thanks everybody, I will catch you all soon. Bye guys. Nymphria out.